Are you looking to buy your first home, refinance, or you need general guidance from someone you can trust? HomeLoansWithAlex.com is your one-stop shop. Since 2008, Alex Nunemaker from Fitzgerald Financial Group has been answering questions and helping people. Yes, even us on the Could Be Better podcast with financing our homes. He's licensed from Pennsylvania all the way down to Florida, and even randomly in Texas, Alabama, and Colorado. HomeLoansWithAlex.com is your one-stop shop for home finance. Alex Nunemaker of Fitzgerald Financial Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 319721. Hey there, everybody. Welcome on into this episode of the Could Be Better podcast. Chris, how are you?
I'm good. I told you I think I'm doing a bad job at podcasting, and you told me, yes, you are. And I was like, I know.
I did not. All I said was I'm cooking a frozen French bread pizza, so if it burns, yes, you are doing a bad job of podcasting.
Okay, so we have, 5 minutes?
No, I have like 20.
It takes that long
Let's
to
do
cook?
a 20-minute intro.
Yeah. So how do you like your cheese on pizza? Is it? Do you like it to be a little like?
I was going to ask you because I knew we'd be going late, and we're way past my bedtime now because I've been going to bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, because you got a new cool job.
Yeah, but I was going to say, Chris, could you, on your way over, could you stop somewhere and I'll pay you when you get here? But then I thought it's just going to be cold by the time it's over. Pizza Blitz pizza is good.
Oh, well, they make you get a whole pie at the end of the day.
Oh, they do? You can't get the slice? Oh.
Yeah. After lunch, they're like, yeah, you get a whole pie. And I think it's only like limited stuff, and it's really expensive.
It is. Yeah. It's not like lunch.
No, man. Lunch is big. This podcast is brought to you exclusively by Pizza Blitz.
we hope they want to sponsor. But if you want to sponsor,
you can call us at couldbebettermeh.com and check out our contact page, and you can tell us why you want to pay us money to talk about things. Our demographic is hot right now.
It is. We have dozens of subscribers.
And not just dozens, Colin. Almost hundreds. Yeah, with a Z.
With a Z. So who's our guest today, Chris? Tell us about him.
Mikko from the Vens.
All right, that's it.
Yep. Here's our interview. How do you think people would be disappointed if we jumped right into it?
No, they probably hate listening to us talk like this. It's very aimless all of the time.
Some of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
He has a show that he's promoting that we are not a part of.
Yeah, which I'm a little upset about.
So we shouldn't promote it.
Yeah, but if we were going to, we'd say it's July 8th at Glory Donuts.
The Vens with?
Motel Portrait.
Yes.
And it's going to be, I think it's probably a couple others on there, but it's going to be restock the Frederick Community Fridge show. There's a bunch of those. I think it's probably like $5 to $10 to get in. Stock that fridge, you know?
So what is that?
Oh, you don't know? So there is a fridge and like pantry outside of Glory Donuts, and it is a community-funded food pantry, essentially, for the community. So people can come by and like, hey, like if you need food, there'll be like fresh fruit there, and there'll be things in the fridge you can grab, and like it's just kind of like, hey, if you need something, just grab it.
So all the proceeds go to that.
Yes, to I think kind of make sure that's stopped, because I think they had to get they got a fridge for when it all started, and then the community has just been kind of funding it since. I think that probably helps kind of keep it going.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's very nice.
Cool.
Have you been to those shows?
I have not. AV, friend of the show, friend of our friends, friend of us,
runs the shows.
Runs the shows, does a lot of the stuff at Old Mother. He's the sound, we'll say engineer, because he is a sound engineer, and also plays in the legendary Frederick band known as Kite Wave. And he has told me those shows have been awesome, so I trust him implicitly.
Or explicitly. This is the second time
Is
tonight.
It explicitly? What is implicit the wrong word?
Well, you're implying that you trust him, and I think you do actually trust him, right? It's not just an implication.
But what if I want to imply that I do trust him? Like, how would I imply it? Right.
It's if you want to, you're taking away from the ability to trust him. You're saying I want to trust him.
I'm
hoping to trust him.
Ooh,
because
yeah.
I do.
I don't. Yeah, I do trust him. I don't want to hope to trust him, guys. Hope is something. You know what is my favorite kind of hope?
Old Mother beer. I was going to ask you if you were going to read,
dude, of course,
something, and here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Liquid Hope. It's not their new beer, but it's really how it.
When are we getting our beer? I thought you were going to make that happen.
It's not a me thing.
Do I need to show up?
I think you need to show up.
Oh, man.
So you do this thing where you show up like once a quarter and then expect just things to happen. Like you have to show up for the red carpet to be there.
I'll show up.
All right.
I'll show up for a beer.
All right. So there is a delicious beer that is out right now. And we talked about it before, but we're going to talk about it again. And that beer is the Looking for a Read.
Hank.
No, it is called a Stage Fright.
Oh, yeah.
And it's and we actually have it in the podcast fridge right here.
We do.
That's the fridge door opening up. And it's
very hard to believe.
Listen, it could be better. Podcast listeners have a grand imagination. And it is a
raspberry. They think this is good.
Yeah, they not only do they think this is good, they subscribe and follow and tune in every week.
That's right.
That's crazy. It's a raspberry sour, and it's it's the second time they've done it, actually.
Yeah.
So they've done this beer a couple times, and it's your favorite, actually. It's the light-bodied, crisp, refreshing, and tart with the right amount of raspberry.
It actually is, isn't it? I think it is. Were you joking?
That this is your favorite beer?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it your favorite beer?
They did it. They did something like this at one point, and I would always tell Nick, "Dave, when are you doing that again?" And he wouldn't do it. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Maybe it was fruity, like what you're saying. It was strawberry.
Oh, it's not the Double Motorcycle beer, is it?
No.
Okay, because that's the best beer they've ever made. That's my favorite.
They'll make
beer.
it again.
Please,
they already remade it.
Please bring it back. What if they call that the Could Be Better beer, not the Tandem?
You want that, don't you?
That's my favorite.
Don't you want something original? Come original.
No, I just want what's good.
Just want what's good, then why are you on this podcast?
Because I have low standards.
Chris got me a birthday present 2 months late, and I'm wearing it right now.
It was a pre-order, and they had to print it.
I'm pumped.
It says Codechella.
You want to explain that?
No.
Okay, so we'll move on.
So this episode is brought to you in part by So Codechella is Code Orange used to be called Code Orange Kids, Pittsburgh heavy rock legends.
Pittsburgh.
And they are now pretty much the music for wrestling, which is Colin's favorite. And so I knew that would make him happy.
How has my identity become nothing but wrestling?
Because when you look around in your room, all you see is your freaking wrestling dolls.
When have you been in my room?
Never. But I mean, in the Could Be Better studios, there's tons of figurines that you decided to decorate.
They're not dolls. They're action figures. A
and
B. There's also a signed Genesis album.
Yeah, okay. Who's Genesis?
Phil Collins.
That's fun. Remember when he could, perform?
Wow, what a dick. There's an Audrey Hepburn Life magazine from 1959 or something.
Yeah, who's Leon Adams?
I don't know.
It's who it was sent to in Utica.
Leon Bridges. Hey, you want to go to a concert this summer?
Dude, I like Leon Bridges.
I do too.
Smooth sailing. And his new record's good.
How many songs do you think we cover on this episode of the Could Be Better podcast? Enough to get ASCAP coming after us like they're coming in hot on our friends?
They are picking on the little man. So if ASCAP, if you're listening, get off their ass.
Yeah. Go fly a kite wave.
Bam.
So, what else?
So anyway, Code Orange played Coachella this year. And so because you like wrestling and you like the fact that I knew who Code Orange was, they printed these shirts when they played Coachella called Coachella, and it has Florence Pugh from the A24 movie.
A24.
Did you watch Midsummer?
A24. No.
And is it really A24? Are you correcting me right now?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought I was a movie snob. The A24 Studios.
I think I'm going to get back into movies again.
You should.
You're
more fun. We've talked about this. You are more fun when you are watching TV or movies.
Yes, we have to. I think I'm going to do that. And we're going to talk about them every week. We're going to have a new segment, everybody. Starting next week, it's going to be called 20 Minutes of Movies with Colin.
Not 20. No. Don't do that to anybody. Let's call it
20 seconds.
Let's call it
a 20-second review.
I would subscribe to that.
That could be fun.
What if we do?
Could be better though.
What if we do 20? What if you call it 7 minutes with Colin?
7 minutes with only Colin.
I'll
record it alone. You want
I think our listeners would skyrocket though. The more that they can get away from me is the better for everybody.
No, the more they can get away from me is the best.
But anyway, so then they made a shirt and it's got Florence Pugh's face on it. It says Codechella on it, and I thought, hey, that's cool because there was after the motorcycle show the other month.
Yeah.
You asked me how it was, and I said, hey, it's kind of cool. It's like you guys went from like the garage punk rock Weezer vibe to like, hey, we play at noon at Coachella vibe. Wasn't it supposed to be a dig? And I said,
maintain that.
No. Yeah, it's not a dig because playing Coachella is cool, even if it is noon in a tent. In the daytime.
And nobody has slept for 36 hours.
No. You know it's packed. What else are you going to do at noon at Codechella?
Can you imagine Pyramid at 12:25 after we've already played 13 songs?
13 songs in the van. That's called our practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by van, I mean Prius. Sorry.
Oh, speaking of practicing, though, you probably want to pump Emo Night one more time.
I mean, there's no other night to pump except for the Emo Night. So, yeah, so July 30th, you all know what it is. It's a sad day night, and there's going to be tons of bands. It's Colin's favorite band, Weezer. Colin's favorite band, Paramore. Colin's favorite band, My Chemical Romance. My favorite band, Good Charlotte, which you and I are playing in. It's going to be fun. This is going to be the first time you and I played music since the Double Motorcycle days.
Have refused to play music with me.
Yeah, I know. And now I've suckered you into this like a giant dope, and I don't regret it yet.
I only signed on because I'm getting paid $500
per song. That's crazy.
Thankfully, we're headlining.
Yeah. Thankfully, we are. We're actually going to open up.
Are we going to open?
We're going to play second.
Oh, we're going to play second.
Yeah, I think Roxwell's going to open up with some Weezer songs because I know there's nothing else that gets you pumped than hearing Buddy Holly.
Oh, God damn it!
Look at that. That's now I'm doing your line. I'm doing your thing. I'm singing annoyingly into the microphone.
Beverly Hills. Are they going to do Africa? You think?
They should. Would you play drums on that song? Like, if they said, call in, and you came up, would you jam on Africa?
Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah.
That's because it's the Rock School Kids. Why not?
Yeah, but it's Weezer. And you hate Weezer.
But it's not Weezer. It's Toto.
But is it?
It is.
I don't know.
It is.
That cover is pretty popular.
Hey, if they know, my songs know what you did in the dark.
That's awful. So, Emo Night. Frederick's first Emo Night. I think our guest last.
No, it's not. I guess.
So our guest last week, Franny, she said there was another band from Baltimore that came up and did it at Bushfallers, and I'm just letting you know that's not Emo Night. Emo Night is Old Mother, July 30th. That is the first ever, and I'm saying it here as a definitive source of all things true. It's Frederick's first Emo Night.
I second that motion.
Yeah, and there's only 2 people in here, and so it's moved forward. With that being said, though, if this goes well, maybe we'll do another one.
Maybe, and maybe we'll do another band.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like a nice thing or a sad thing.
We can do brand new.
Nah, well, so somebody did brand new recently.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right before the pandemic. Timing, I don't know, but yeah, they played at the Emo Nights that are down in Baltimore. It's like 600 people.
Keep my mind in your head.
Yeah, they were playing everything, Car Crash, and all this stuff.
Car Crash.
What's the song?
There's no song called Car Crash. From
your head going through the windshield.
Oh, that's 70 times 7.
Yeah, bro, it's scripture. So this episode is going to be a lot of fun. We had a good time.
Great time.
Mikko talked to us a lot about
Sum 41.
Sum 41, being in the Philippines and growing up in the Philippines and writing music and what that was kind of like, and then the process of figuring out bands and the new changes with the Vens that I don't know are really public.
Ooh, breaking news.
And then also a new song. Like it's a short and sweet song.
Brand new.
But it's never been heard before today. So enjoy. Mikko, we love you, and thanks for coming on. And this is Mikko from the Vens. We are here with Mikko from the Vens. Mikko, hi.
What up? Hi, Chris.
So
what the fuck am I?
He was talking. Hi, Colin.
Well, not hi to you.
Yeah. Mikko, you and I have been friends for a long time.
Yes, we have.
Do you remember when?
Did you invite him to your wedding?
Mikko actually was in my wedding.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? He was my ring bearer because I can trust him implicitly.
Wouldn't it be explicitly?
No, all the things.
Fuck off.
But you and I have known each other for a long time. I
Yes.
don't remember when we met, but I'm pretty sure it was
Probably around the Still Glow era.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah.
I think
Pieces of candy that you're eating that are mine. You
This
hear
is
him?
good.
You hear him chewing into the...
Yeah, this is here. This is good. This is good podcast content. This is cherry flavored Starburst. I'm a professional, but I'm pretty sure it was maybe not a St. Christopher show. But remember that church up in Mount Airy? Christine would book shows there. Friend of the show, friend of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it was one of those shows where I met you, and it was like one of those December time shows and we played. And that was the first time I met you. Does that sound familiar?
It makes sense.
Okay. If it's a lie, that's fine too. You can lie to me.
That's all right. Or Mount Airy.
Lie to
what
me.
was that?
Yeah, dude.
Grange Hall or something?
Oh, so there was a Newmarket Grange Hall, and then there was a Mount Airy Fire Hall.
Okay.
Do you remember playing either of those?
Yes.
I remember you sliding on the wooden floor and me being like, how does his knees not hurt so much?
Well, I was 19.
Dude. And so you've been in the Vents for how long?
I can't do math. But
You've been
since 2009.
That's crazy. What have you done since 2009, Colin?
Fucking started a podcast. How old are you now?
34.
34. Yeah, dude. That's right.
88.
You're the oldest dude in the room.
That's right.
That's not true. Colin's 45. So
45.
Wow.
My God.
39. Sorry, I love you.
Not 39.
38. I'm sorry.
Not 38.
Really?
No.
What's your social security number? Mikko.
1-8.
So the Vens is your first band.
No, not necessarily. I mean,
Yeah, so is what you
no.
know.
Well, I'm here. I don't have a Wikipedia page
Well,
up for the Vens.
if you count the bands that I was in back in the Philippines, maybe I had like 4 bands back there
4 bands.
before we left and moved here in 2006.
Okay.
And then the Vens is like my second band here.
What was the first band?
This band called Shankman. It was like grunge.
Yes.
Do you remember them?
I don't. I remember the Vankmans.
No, Shankman. It was
Okay.
me, my brother,
Yeah.
Moy. Oh, it's his birthday today.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Moy.
happy birthday!
So this is definitely not your birthday the day that this podcast comes out, but this is definitely the day of your birth on the day we're recording the podcast. So we are drinking beers in your memory.
Yes.
And by in your memory, I mean celebrating your birthday. You're my dad. I'm sorry. I'm a
What the
professional.
hell is that?
So second band. But yeah, it's
What
like
was your second band?
The first band before the Vents, it was a grunge thing. I played guitar, and there's another guy, Barry, still homies, and Cameron played the bass.
I saw they made a documentary on Barry. It's on HBO.
boo. Boo.
He's laughing.
Because
He's laughing.
It's
That's
terrible.
funny.
But
What was the name of the set? What was the name of that band?
Shankman.
Oh, that was the Shankman band. How about
Yeah.
another band? You said you had like 3 or 4 bands.
Back in the Philippines.
Yeah, what were they named?
One was Deja Vu.
Okay.
That was the first one. We played at like senior prom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Played one show.
Yes.
That was pretty sick.
Did people slow dance?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
I got drunk and threw up at my senior prom.
And then I had CTGIS, which is like a gambling term back in the Philippines.
Is
Well,
it-
gambling.
Yeah, Colin
You're
loves-
speaking my language.
Yeah, Colin
now.
loves the gamble. What does that mean?
It's like a portion of like when you how much you give into, how much money you give into, and then
Sure.
how much you take back if you win.
Oh.
It's like 7 and 10. So you put in 7, if you win, you get 10 back.
Okay. Colin
I-
typically puts in like 10 and then gets back like 0.
Gambling bought those goddamn video game consoles out there that you were just playing, my friend. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You're doing the
Do you like to play NBA Jam?
Mm,
Chris needs to
don't
lose to somebody.
remember playing one of those.
Yeah, it's a sports ball game. It's fine.
I like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Ninja
Okay.
Turtles
I
is
like
cool.
turtles.
Colin, there's games here for everybody at the Could Be Better Studios.
Yes.
But the Vens, so, I mean, it was the same lineup for like a really freaking long time.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was you, your brother Moy. Shout out to his birthday on the day of we were
Mhm.
recording this, and then Diane.
Yes.
Um,
Well, before Diane came in, it was my other brother who played bass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why we named the band the Vens, because It's like a family name.
Sure.
But we didn't want to call ourselves the Duma Dogs because that's just really hard to
That'd be
remember.
amazing, dude. That'd be amazing.
There'd be no one else like it.
Yeah, but the Vens is like kind of short and fast and
Sure.
like easy to remember, I think. And also like the reason why we call ourselves the Vens is my grandpa's name is Venerando. So there's that, and my dad's name is Raymond Ven Dumadag, which is like his middle name.
Sure.
My uncle's name is Joseph Ven Dumadag.
So it's a family name.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Learning something new every day.
And I think I got that idea from watching Sum 41 video, and they called themselves the Sums when they played like Still Waiting or something.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Did you watch the DVD that came with the All Killer No Filler?
I didn't know
record?
there was a DVD.
Yeah, so it was really inappropriate. My mom got really upset that I watched it. Inappropriate. Do you remember it? You remember what I'm talking about?
I do.
Did you watch it?
No.
Wow, just me. And
I'm not the world's biggest Sum 41 fan.
You hate Canada, don't you?
Well, they should be on emo night. You should have somebody do Sum 41.
Ooh,
Damn it, we screwed
what
up.
about your old band? Didn't you do like Hellsong or something with?
Oh yeah, Simpow. We did a Hellsong cover, the Hellsong cover
was
for
so
when we
fun.
had to like do stuff. Yeah, bow, now. Yeah.
I'm
We
in too deep
well,
in
yeah.
fucking melody.
we now owe
Yeah, dude.
Derek, what's his nuts, like $1 million now. Did you know he's divorced from Avril Lavigne?
Oh, and then she married Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
Yeah,
and
is
then
that
she
a-
divorced him.
Yeah, is that like a step up? And then she realized, whoops.
I thought she happily remarried. That's what I
I think he's like.
I mean, he happily remarried.
I think so. We'll have our studio
know
assistants
what? I'll look
check this. Yeah,
you
we'll check this. I don't
women
know.
talk amongst yourselves.
So Colin's gonna go now look at wrestling and then look at maybe something about Chad Kroeger. Which, by the way, I hope your phone like just turns into Chad Kroeger memes all the time.
Look at this photograph.
But so it's family band. How long
Yes.
did your brother play bass in that band before you kicked him out and said you're terrible?
I didn't kick him out.
Did he quit
Yes.
because you were too hard on him?
I don't know.
We'll phone him in right now. We're gonna dial him up.
Sure. But the funny thing is, he came back for when Diane left, and then he came back and played a couple of shows with us because we needed a bassist, and we got invited to a show, and then he went to the military, and then we got invited to play a show again. I think it was you,
I think it was me.
and then we're like, we hit up Diane like, "Yo, are you in?"
yeah.
And we're like, "Please."
And she said
she
yes.
was in.
Yeah, it was at the New Spire Arts.
Yeah. So
was,
fun.
That was
so
fun. That room is awesome.
Yeah, I loved playing that.
And you guys sounded great.
Thanks, man.
So now
This is his current wife.
that's Chad Kroeger's current. Whoa. Okay.
Derek Whibley's.
Derek
current
Whibley's
wife.
current life. Well, can you show a picture of Derek Whibley though? Because that is he's seen some better days.
You know what's funny? I almost saw
Her
him
name
a
is
couple
Ariana Cooper.
weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
With they were supposed to play a show at the Fillmore in Silver Spring.
Yeah.
And they got COVID.
Shut up! I'm trying to record a podcast.
Yeah, they
At
weren't
the Fillmore?
Yeah, so they weren't able to do that. On the day off, like I was leaving
Oh.
work and I saw an Instagram post saying that, sorry guys, we got COVID.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Well,
Bummer.
yeah, wear a mask, people.
This is what he looks like now.
Yeah, he looks like he's seen some better days.
I've seen better days.
Man, this is going to a great start. But yeah, so so you got the band back together for New Spire Arts. So thank you for playing. It was a great time. I had a good time.
Thanks. That was
I had a
fun.
great time.
Yeah, Colin was there just banging his head away in the green room by himself. But he got to see you on the TV though, which was kind of fun.
Yeah. No audio though.
Yeah, it was. He was doing interpretive dance, and it was cool. So they got the band back together, got the group back together, and then you did a couple other shows since then, right?
I think it's just one
One.
at Old Mother.
And it was their like 6-year anniversary show or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It was cool.
That was
I
fun with
I was there.
Timberwolves and Suniva.
Yeah, friends of the show, friends of the podcast, all of them have been on. But so as we kind of get into this first song here, so there's been for people that don't know, tell us about the member change that has kind of happened recently, I guess.
Oh yeah. So to key this song up, this was something that Diane wrote with us, and it's like one of my favorite songs to play. It's bittersweet because it's sweet because we got to do this stuff, and I really love playing it, but it's also bitter because she also left the band recently. but Chris Perry really wanted to play this song.
I did, and you are such a good friend and a kind human that you appeased me. So thank you.
But we're homies. We're still homies. Like
Yes.
I talked to her yesterday, and she was cool with it. And
That's
then
awesome.
she's still doing music. She's still writing.
Yeah.
So keep your eye out.
Yeah,
for
Diana,
her.
come on the show.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. So this is my favorite Vens song, Basslines.
Say what you will, can't stop the sound. Hold that thought, oh, I'll wait around. Why don't you go find what the crowd is listening to now? Speak low, everyone's quite content but you. Standing on the wrong side, waiting for the baseline. You tell me when you won't stay, waiting for the same thing. Oh no. Standing on the wrong side, waiting for the stage like you. Tell me when you won't stay, waiting for the same thing. Oh no, that's tonight. Say that you're fine, and I highly doubt that. No questions asked, 'cause we know what it's about. So why don't you go out, find what the crowd is listening to now? Speak low, everyone's quite content but you. Standing on the wrong side, waiting for the baseline. Tell me when you won't stay, waiting for the same thing. Oh no. Standing on the wrong side, waiting for the stage like you. Tell me when you won't stay, waiting for the same thing. Oh no, not tonight. Standing on the wrong side, waiting for the baseline. You can tell me when you won't stay, waiting for the same thing. Oh no. Standing on the wrong side, waiting for the stage like you. Can tell me when you won't stay, waiting for the same thing. Oh no, not tonight.
So I heard a new fact, and Colin just heard it too. The clapping part was the original bass player of the Vens? His idea.
Rico.
Man, that's awesome. That makes that song even more special, and maybe you guys should still play it. But I think you told me today this was the final send off.
Yeah.
I think you're never playing.
So Long and Good Night.
So Long and Good Night. Never playing. That's funny. That's another My Chemical Romance riff. But maybe we'll say goodbye to basslines forever.
Maybe.
Unless there's a petition. Would you play basslines again if you had 1,000 signatures on change.org?
That's up to Diane, dude.
Whoa. Oh, because
Yeah.
because it's her song.
Because yeah.
Oh, this is a public plea.
I don't want to play a bass line if someone else is singing, I don't think. It's got to be weird.
All right. Whoever parked their car, license plate in L7. Okay. And it stopped. Man, this is great. We really need to make sure. What is going on? This is the most unprofessional our parking lot has ever been.
Man.
We need to get
People have
attendance.
found out where the Could Be Better studios are.
And now they just try to get their horns in our freaking episodes now.
So, okay, let's actually ask our guests some questions here for once.
Please.
So, how did you get into music? Why did you want to play music?
All right. I think I saw like either a Blink-182 music video or a Limp Bizkit music video.
Do you remember which it is? And
Yes. Yeah. Well, rewind. I was like 12 or 13, and when you're 12 and 13, you're like super angsty or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think I was really into Mission Impossible because there's a lot
the
of
Limp
like
Bizkit song on the Mission
yes,
Impossible
yeah.
soundtrack?
Take a look around.
Was-
That's the first riff that I learned.
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Yo, you want to
thanks.
start a band?
Sure.
Come on, he is desperate to be in a band with people.
Let's start a Limp Bizkit cover band for emo night.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's do it.
do it for the
Can you
Nokia.
fit us on the bill? Yeah.
Yeah, I got
It's
you.
gonna be Fred.
Who's got it? I don't know who's gonna be Fred.
Yeah, we'll call Fred up.
Yeah,
we
Fred
got
will do it.
we got people. What else is he doing? Canceling tours.
They're actually touring right now.
Yeah, until he cancels it because he doesn't
No,
want to go anymore.
they were in Baltimore, and I just found out a few weeks ago that there was Snot. If I'd have known that Snot was coming, I would have gone. You ever listen to Snot from back in the day?
I'm
that's
under 30.
the rap rock. No, you're not.
I'm under 32.
Anyway, so go on. You were
Anyways,
listening to
Yeah. So I got into that, and I asked my aunt to teach me how to play guitar, and she was trying to teach me chords, and I'm like, no, I don't want to learn how to play a C chord. I want to learn how to play this.
Yeah.
So she taught me how to play it,
Perfect.
read tabs.
Yes.
And I was doing that, and then like I think I saw like First Date from Blink-182, and it's like a ridiculous music video. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to play that. That's fun.
Yeah.
And then I heard about Sum 41, and like the riffs are so catchy, and I'm like, I want to do that. Yeah.
So, but isn't your aunt like an amazing guitar player?
My aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like really good. She's folksy and
Yeah. Because I think you've talked to me about her before, and I think you're like, oh, she's
Tita Dit. That's
yeah,
her name.
and it's like she's like really really good.
Yeah, no, she's really good. She used to play like at folk houses in the Philippines.
That's awesome.
She's an architect, but also like a guitar player.
That's awesome. That's what George Costanza wishes he could do: be an architect and a guitar player.
But that's pretty much like stereotypical teenager angsty listening to pop punk.
Yeah.
And learning riffs and stuff.
No, did you like when you first started playing? Was it like I want to learn these songs and play these songs with my friends, and then I'll start writing my own songs, or was it like you wanted to jump into your own stuff right away?
No, it took a minute. It was just for fun, kind of like riffing around, and I didn't even like think of being in a band until like an opportunity showed up at my high school that there's like a battle of the bands. No, it wasn't until I saw someone play live at my school, and I'm like, that's pretty sick.
Play guitar live?
Yeah, or like a full band.
Sure.
I feel like
That's awesome.
Such a poser because like they were playing a Creed cover band.
Yes.
Can you take me higher?
We so school in the Philippines. What?
But I grew out of that.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. You
No, I
only
I do other things now.
You never grow out of that.
you never grow out of Creed. But like,
With
what?
arms wide open.
What is it like? So you came to the States after being, I guess, essentially going through high school in the Philippines. So what was like music like coming from a different country, like starting something different here? What was that like?
I I think the biggest thing is like a lot of people here like to write their own songs, and back in the Philippines, there's a lot of cover bands.
Sure.
Also, there's some kind of like language barrier, I think, with writing songs back there, because the stuff that we hear are like, Western. And
Sure.
to write songs in English over there, we have to like, it's almost like a two process thing. Like you like describe what you want to say in our dialect and then transpose that to English, just because I guess that's what people are used to when listening to songs.
Yep.
At least in the genre that we were into, like,
Sure.
punk and rock and hardcore and shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, us saying like, oh, we gotta go,
Yeah.
get some coconuts or whatever.
yeah. But I mean, like, did
it-
you start writing music when you came to the States, and that was when you're like, hey, this is what I want to do, or were you writing music in the Philippines and people thought you're like,
I did write a song or two back in the Philippines before we left, and then I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then we moved here, and then I went to like a bunch of local shows, and like everything is original, and it's just kind of cool. I want to do this too.
Was there sort of a culture shock when you came over here and you were like, yeah.
For sure.
Well,
There's a lot of layers. Do you want some stories?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So the biggest thing for me is slang, because
Sure.
they never taught us. I mean, they never taught us like slang and conversation. Like English in a conversation setting back in the Philippines, it's like one-off sentences, like, oh, I'm in a podcast, oh, hi Chris, how's your day, I like beer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like what we're doing now for like, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Right.
That's like a back and forth thing. So I remember my first 15-minute conversation with someone, I got really anxious and sweaty and just shaky and just like, dude, I don't have any words to tell you anymore. I'm out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But maybe it's also the introvert in me, because I'm
Sure.
also that person.
Wow.
But that on top of like language barrier and the sense of humor is so different here. Like there's no such thing as sarcasm back in the Philippines. So when I come here, it's like everyone's like saying something ridiculous and laughing, and I'm like, I don't know, man, that's not funny.
Well, it's funny you say you're an introvert too, because I wouldn't have ever thought you were an introvert.
Everyone says that.
Well, so you're a good faker.
Because whenever I play shows, I'm like in
You're
my
on.
element, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let me get to the slang part though.
Yes.
First job, Costco, right?
Shout out
And
to Costco.
then Costco for 9 years.
It was a long
Got me
time.
through college.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you to college, and your family worked there too. For
Yeah,
like,
my dad's still there.
Shout out to your
Raymond.
dad. Ray.
5 pounds of Laffy Taffy.
No, it's the slang that got me pretty hard, I think, because they never taught us that in the Philippines. And so one example was like, I was at Costco and I was trying to impress my boss. It was my first job here. And boss was like, I was being super efficient, super quick, trying to be like the best employee. And my boss was like, damn, dude, you're super quick, super efficient. You're the shit. And in my head, I'm like, so I'm really a really good employee, but for some reason, I'm also feces.
Oh no.
And I didn't say that, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
tell in my facial expression that it's like, no. Good job. I'm like, I don't know, dude. That's weird.
Yeah.
So there's one, but I got used to that. And another example was, so you got your shit. You got fuck, which is like, could mean a million things.
Sure.
Right. So one time, same setting, Costco bakery. We were doing Parmesan cheese bread or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was Parmesan all over the table, but it was time for me to leave. But because if I didn't leave, then they would have to pay me overtime.
Sure.
But I was trying to clean up the table of Parmesan cheese.
Right.
And they're like, nah, dude, don't worry about it. I'm like, nah, dude, let me just clean up Parmesan real quick. They're like, nah, dude, fuck the Parmesan. And I'm like, you're weird here.
Right now? Here on the table? Okay.
I kind of need this job, but y'all are weird. So stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like after playing shows and, people are like, yo, that's sick, sick set or whatever.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it sounded like a compliment, so thanks.
That's yeah. Did you remember your first show when you came, like that you remember being here in Frederick?
Yeah. Dude, I think it was like a church talent show or something.
Yes.
At Middletown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you just go to there in Middletown, or did you go to school there?
No, my parents did.
Okay.
My parents went there, and like the whole family went there for a bit.
Sure.
And then after that, I think that's when the grunge band started, and we played at FCC.
Yes.
And then the first like official Vens show, I think, was at the band shell in Baker Park.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 2009 or 8 or maybe. Yeah.
Was it with the Lost Tourists?
Yes.
Stoke will play that show.
No way.
I mean, okay.
Wait, Timberwolves play there too, right? Or like the version of their band.
I think. Oh, yeah. Whatever they were called before. Sorry,
I feel
Brett.
like this episode is just like a throwback.
I know. And everyone that's not like 30 is like,
I'm sorry. My
No,
bad.
it's my fault. We are steering you in the direction, and wrestling is on, so Colin's distracted.
It's not true.
I think there was at least one show we played with the tourists at the band shell, and I want to say you all played because I remember having sick photos, and I think Moy took some. Maybe, but I don't think maybe he wasn't in photography at that time. But anyway, speaking of music,
let's get to the second song.
Yeah. So
okay, sure.
So tell us about this next song and what the future of the Vens kind of looks like.
All right, cool.
We'll get to that after the break. Let's just set up the song, then we'll talk about the future.
Yeah,
All right.
sorry guys, this is my first time.
Man.
My first podcast.
Go back to journalism school.
Let me go.
So this next one is pretty much an intro that we do when we play live, and it kind of sets up for our first song when we play live. This happens because, rewind a couple weeks or months ago, we were supposed to do a 3-song thing at the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And
with Mystery Ton Studios.
Yes, Mystery Ton. Yeah, with Kenny.
Shout out to Kenny.
Shout out to Kenny.
Kenny should come on the podcast.
Yeah, we should do that.
Go
on.
Anyways, so it's just pretty much like an instrumental thing. It has the same like chord progression, lots of reverb and delay and all that stuff to kind of like set the mood for the set.
The mood.
Let's set the mood with the song called Intro.
That's right.
We're back from that, and we just did something we've never done before.
Mikko said, "I hate that song." And we were like, "All right, we'll cut that." We cut it. No. We got too excited because we were ready for the next song and we wanted to play it, but we said, Mikko goes, "No, guys, it's just the intro." How was?
So.
Not going here.
So we said before we listened to the song, we were talking about the future of the Vens.
Yes.
You're recording with Kenny
Yep.
at Mystery Ton or Mr. Eaton
That's
Studios.
Right. Yeah, very clever.
I know, very,
I love
very
that
clever.
branding. So
Um,
good.
I never knew that.
So what's it like? Let's talk about that first.
Sure.
How many songs are you doing with Kenny?
We did 2.
You did 2, and when will they be out?
The one that's going to be played
At the end.
at the end is already out. It came out May 13th.
Okay.
And
when will the second one be out?
I don't think it's going to be released. I'm not sure.
Really? What's up with that?
I don't think it's finished.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Did-
So the people that listen to this podcast are the first people who've heard it.
There you go. Well, what
outside of my friends and family, yeah.
Look at that.
did you consciously say we want to release only songs, not EPs or full lengths?
It was. It's more like we don't have a lot of current stuff right now,
But you really want to.
but I do want to do an EP the next round of stuff that's coming out from us.
What was it like working with Kenny?
It was really good. Like I've never had like a legit studio experience, so it was good that he was like he guided us through like the tracking process and the mixing process, and like helping us find the right sounds or like or listen to like the stuff that we have and then finding the appropriate equipment to get that sound.
And he's got a ton of cool equipment.
Yeah, for sure.
How long were you in there?
Also shout out to my boss, Mark Quigley, because he let me borrow his like hella expensive PRS.
Oh,
There you
for
go.
that. Yeah.
The tones are
Thanks,
beefy.
Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah,
What's up,
tones are
Mark?
great. Yeah.
How long did it take you to do the songs?
About 4.5 days, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool.
It was a lot of layering. Drums one day, bass one day, guitars maybe 1.5, and then vocals another 1.5
Sure.
maybe.
Did you do all the vocals?
I did. Yeah.
So then where do you go from here?
We're writing a bunch. I'm writing a bunch at least, and I think the intro that we just heard, and then the song that's gonna come out, that's gonna come in at the end of this podcast, would be kind of like the direction that we want to go for. Kind of like lots of reverb, lots of delay, kind of like lots of build-ups and explosions in the middle, but also kind of has like a melodic / mellow element to it. Because the way I see our sound, this applies to our current lineup. Lineup. And when Diane was still here, it's almost like there's like a cool side, as in like cool as in hue, like blues and relaxing and mellow or whatever, and there's like the red side, which is like hella aggressive and chaotic and fuzzy and distortion, and it's almost like a gradient. So you have this like almost like purple-ish, but it varies. It could be into the cooler side or the red side or whatever. I feel like that analogy is kind of dumb. But
No, it's not. Do you see music in colors like that? Because I know Kanye West does.
Oh, cool. I don't want to.
Okay, so you don't then.
I do. I see. I'm pretty visual because that's kind of like how my brain works.
Okay.
But
it's also kind of what you do for your job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, like you do. So Mikko is a phenomenal graphic designer, and he works for PRS Guitars.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Paul, what's up?
But when you're talking about that cool and the red, just kind of like that being just the drastic elements, it's fun because I remember the first time I watched you watch the band Comrades. Yes. And I remember that started a shift for your music writing.
Oh, Comrades is a big influence on the use of delay and reverb for me, I think.
And then it's cool because I see that in like the cool side of things. But then also it's like, and maybe you hate this comparison, maybe you don't, but like then I see like Muse. And so it's this weird balance between the two. It's like Muse Rads or Commuse or something like that. And it's just it's a cool vibe where you get that rock anthem, but then also you get like that just almost like indie instrumental vibe. It's just it's so cool. Yeah.
Thanks, man. No, I think that's pretty accurate. When I saw Joe use the tap tempo and like layering and all that stuff, that kind of inspired me to like experiment with that too and incorporate that sort of sounds into the Vens stuff, because we were almost like just distortion the whole way.
I remember you
from
had
start to finish.
You had the Digitech pedal.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. I was just like, what's the cheapest I could get?
Yeah, and now it's like, like pedals, and it's like to figure out the different sounds. Like it's cool to kind of see you like explore.
Yeah.
Did you see Line 6 came out with a new DL4?
I did. Yeah.
Did you buy one?
No, I did not.
Joe bought one.
Of course he did.
I know.
No, I saw. I think I saw.
Yeah. I was like, man, of course you did. He's like, I can't help it.
Yeah. I bought a DL6 back in the day, but it kind of like crapped out on me. So now I only have like a DD7.
Yeah,
with Joe tempo still.
Joe always did a good job of being able to fix his pedals. And I was never.
Well, yeah, he's Joe.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna buy another one because I'm lazy.
But no, that's pretty accurate. Like the cool side and the hot side.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's another element to that too. It's almost like 3-dimensional now. Like, I don't know. Like, the way I see it visually is like there's this Venn diagram of our sound.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a T-shirt.
I don't get it.
So the band is called. Go on, Mikko.
So we got like our rock anthem, kind of like chorusy, sing alongy type stuff,
Yeah.
and then
I'm in too deep.
yeah, and then you got your like ambient, reverby delay stuff that's kind of flowy, and then you also got your like, I don't know, like an indie singer-songwriter stuff.
Almost kind of like, I mean, maybe it's a little bit of Diane, but like there's just like jazzy soul to it almost a little bit too.
When she was there, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also like I feel like the older I get, the more I'm drawn into slower music.
Yeah.
Like slower,
Like
more
Creed.
chill.
Mikko gave him a thumbs up.
Slower as in like, the Boy Genius crew is like one of my faves.
Julian Baker's so good. Phoebe Bridgers is so good.
He's so good.
Yeah.
So I'm into that stuff. So there's that element to it too. So instead of like the gradient of the cools and the hots, there's almost like a Bermuda Triangle thing happening there, or like a Venn diagram in my head.
I don't get it.
It's cool.
One day. I'll teach you.
Said that's cool.
It's all right.
So
Anyways.
now, I want to know, like, sort of when you guys have toured, right? You guys have gone out and played a lot of shows through the years.
Not necessarily toured, just like random shows every now.
You've
and
never
then.
gone out for like a weekend?
We went to New York and Philadelphia.
I know
That was
that.
pretty much it.
How did that go?
It was not that great.
Tell us about it.
So we went to this New York venue, and driving in New York is not. I don't recommend.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, sure. And then I drove my mom's soccer mom van. and-
Ooh, that's even
yeah,
worse.
with
Yeah.
like
Stressful.
all our gear
Yeah.
and all that. And then
Oh,
I
man.
followed traffic rules in New York, and
You can't.
no, people honk at you if you follow them. People honk at you if you don't.
Yep.
People honk at you when it's red or green.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No.
And I'm just like hella stressed. I'm like, I don't know, 19 or 20. And we got to the venue.
Do
And
you remember where it was?
I don't remember.
And you had nowhere to park, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we parked like 5 blocks away and hauled our gear 5 blocks. to
Play
the
for a
venue.
show in front of 10 people?
No.
5 people?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. One was the bartender.
Oh.
One was the bouncer, and one was the sound guy. And there were 2 people that was hanging out in the bar. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're from Maryland, Green Turtle."
Oh no! That's definitely your
Good
demographic.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
But the Philly show was fun.
Sure.
Yeah, we
Oh.
played at I can't remember the name of the venue.
Did you have somebody who told you to go to a venue and then you went to that venue and it didn't exist and then you had to go somewhere else and find it on your own when somebody's cell phone died? Because that happened to me in my band once.
So
when,
TLDR, I booked a show, and then I was giving Joe directions on where to go, and then his phone died, and then Joe got lost in the city, and then Colin tried to call Joe, but he couldn't because Joe's phone was dead. So Colin's freaking the fuck out, and then Joe's freaking the fuck out, but Joe can't reach anybody. So somehow,
and we
Joe
don't know where the venue is.
Yeah, Joe puts his penis in a sewer hole, and all of a sudden like twists himself around twice, and then finds Colin somehow in the bottom of a barrel, and I don't even know what happened. Then they played a show, and it was a great time.
It was a good time.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad. But I love that you keep bringing this up.
Though. It was real fucked up.
I apologize so much for it.
It's still not enough.
Oh my god.
So anyway,
Touring, great times.
No, it wasn't that horrible, but yeah. Sorry for your
so you're gonna continue to write, and then you hope to put out an EP at some point. Do you want to do
Yeah.
that by the end of the year, maybe?
I don't know if it's going to be done at the end of the year, probably next year.
The millennium, 2023.
Yeah, you're right. Wait, no.
I got you.
I told
Yeah.
you I'm not good at math.
Yeah, numbers
Neither
are
am
tough.
I.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's the writing process like now? I mean, you live down in Baltimore. Moy lives
No,
here.
I live in Annapolis, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
You drove all the way here from Annapolis?
Yeah.
No fucking way. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we paid him $500 to show up.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Give him another beer.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I like coming to Frederick every now and then. Gets
Yeah.
me I went to Sabor de Cuba to get food. It was a good time.
Sabor de Cuba is so good. That Cuban is legit.
Yeah.
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 But it's like, so you're in Annapolis.
Yes.
Moy is
in Gaithersburg, and our bassist is in Conrad. What up,
shout out
man?
Conrad.
Is in Parkville.
So that's probably tough to write.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
the writing process, like the songwriting process, usually starts with when Diane was still with us, it was her writing stuff, and then
You two working together.
bring the stuff to the whole band, and we like workshop it out.
Hmm.
So now I'm kind of like doing stuff in Annapolis, more like just guitar and melodic ideas, and then bring it to Moy and Conrad and see if it works as a full band.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Usually that's with an acoustic guitar or like a bunch of effects plug into a twin reverb, and then
Which is the best.
yeah.
Do you guys practice a lot?
We only practice when there's a show.
So what you're saying is, let's book some shows so you can practice. So
Hell
you can
yeah!
write.
We got our show coming up at Glory Donuts.
When is that
I'm
show?
pretty stoked about it. July 8th.
You've heard it here first, folks. July the 8th.
Ooh.
When is this podcast coming?
This podcast is coming out. It's today, actually, and today is June the 23rd.
Yeah,
So it'll be
it's
right
a
before the show.
couple
So
weeks.
Glory Donuts is awesome, and I am
stoked.
excited that you get to play there. Is it a community fridge show?
Yes.
That's awesome.
With Motel Portrait.
Of course, Logan doing the Lord's work, filling up the community
Thanks, my
fridge for the
guy.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're now playing the song that you.
Here's the song. Set this up, man.
Cool.
Final song. What is it? What's it called?
It's called.
Chris never laughs at anything I do anymore.
I kind of wish it was more air guitar, not as much like whiny singing thing. Could be cool if you were like. Yeah, that's right. Dude, we could trade it off. What if you put this in stereo? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Back in my
Please got
Camino,
that.
was a kid.
Was this good?
Known the movie by name.
I did it all for the nookie.
Because nobody came.
Anyways,
Just
it's
like
not
this.
FM41.
Oh, we're singing different songs now. We should practice.
Set up this song.
Oh my god.
Dum, 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 dum,
So
dum.
it's pretty much, it started with a riff, and I'm like, I kind of want to. Funny story about this song. I came up with a riff, and I thought it was, I liked it a lot, and I was gonna show it to Diane and like have her do some stuff over it, but I already kind of felt that she was not there anymore, you know.
Sure.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep this riff for myself and do the singing parts that we could still do it
Sure.
when she leaves, because I felt like she was already gone.
Yeah.
Kind of. Just kind of sad.
Aw,
Kind of
that's
emo.
sweet. Aw.
But also sad.
Yeah. Anyways,
Sweet and
it's pretty much like the whole like message about the song is like accepting that you fucked up, you know.
Sure.
And it's okay. People mess up all the time.
All the time.
And it's that. It's not it's like that's. It's that moment that you realize that you thought that you got what you were about to do or about to go through, and then you realize that, oh shit, I don't.
Yeah.
I messed up.
Yeah.
And not to the point where you're asking for help yet, not to the point that you got it figured out, like what the next step is. It's just that moment where you're like, oh damn.
Yeah. Like a little bit of that friction.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the song, what the song is about. So yeah, it's just being mature, I guess, and accepting that it's okay to mess up sometimes.
And what's the name?
It's called I Was Wrong.
All right.
Mikko, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Later. Thanks.
So I'm on my way to figure this one out.
Be Better podcast is produced live from the Could Be Better studios that are definitely not a bedroom in Frederick, Maryland.
Check out our website, www.couldbebettermeh.com, for links to our social media, as well as a calendar of events and our contact information for those interested in guesting or supporting the Could Be Better movement.
Sure, whatever the hell that is. If you like what you hear, though, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Overcast, or however you're listening to this right now. And don't hesitate to leave us a 5-star review, because believe it or not, it actually really helps.
Tune in every Thursday for a new episode where we...
Okay, that's enough. We've been talking for way too long.
Okay. I'm Chris Perry.
And I'm Colin McGuire, and we are out of time. So for now, remember, as always, everybody, this could be better.
Are you wanting to get away? Okay. It's not a commercial for that company, but maybe it's time to get away from your landlord or out of your mom's basement and get into a home of your own. It's time to visit homeloanswithalex.com. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, refinance your current pad, or just have questions about, can I afford this insanely over or underpriced dream palace, Alex Nunemaker from Fitzgerald Financial Group is your one-stop shop for practically all things home finance. Alex has been a mortgage lender since 2008 and is an expert in his craft of finding the right mortgage for you. Alex will help you figure out what you can afford and guide you in the right direction for what's best for you and your goals. Sure, you could rock it or answer some flyer you got in the mail, but why would you when homeloanswithalex.com is just one click away? Visit homeloanswithalex.com and tell him Could Be Better sent you. Homeloanswithalex.com, your one-stop shop for pretty much everything home finance. Seriously. Alex Nunemaker at Fitzgerald Financial Group is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 319721.